They wait for hours. Still. Silent. Unseen. One target, one breath, one shot. But not to the head. Not like in the movies. Because in real combat, snipers almost never aim for the head. Not because they can't, but because they know better. A headshot might look clean, sharp, and cinematic, but in reality, it's risky, unstable, unreliable. A sniper isn't judged by style. They're judged by results and survival. So, if not the head, then what? And why? Is it about accuracy, armor, anatomy, or something deeper? Something most people never think about. Today, we're stepping inside the mind of a sniper, looking at the real decisions behind every shot, and why the truth is almost nothing like what you've seen on screen. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the smartest snipers in the world don't go for the shot that looks cool. They go for the shot that works. Let's begin. You've seen it 100 times. The sniper lies in wait, the crosshairs settle, one clean shot, right between the eyes. Perfect, precise, instant. That's how it goes in movies, and games, and every dramatic headline. But real life doesn't work that way. In real combat, a sniper aiming for the head is doing something dangerous, risky, and often unnecessary. The human head is small. It moves constantly. It's protected by a helmet. It ducks, turns, tilts. It vanishes behind cover in the blink of an eye. A sniper can spend hours waiting for a clean shot and lose it in a second because the target nodded or shifted slightly. And if that shot misses, it's not just a miss, it's a warning. It gives away position. It puts the mission at risk. And in some cases, it costs lives. Snipers are trained to avoid that risk. They don't take shots to look impressive. They take shots that end threats. And that means aiming for something bigger, more stable, more exposed. Not the head, but the chest. Because in a world where you only get one shot, you don't gamble, you calculate. When a sniper pulls the trigger, the goal isn't just to hit the target, it's to stop it. Completely. Right then and there. And that's why they aim for the chest. The human chest is large. It's relatively still, and most importantly, it holds everything vital. The heart, the lungs, the spine, major arteries. One good shot, and the body shuts down. Even if the shot doesn't kill instantly, it drops the target. It ends the fight. Now think about body armor. Modern gear is tough, but it's not invincible. A powerful round can break ribs, cause internal bleeding, knock someone off balance, even knock the wind out of them completely. And if the chest isn't armored, it's game over. The chest gives snipers the highest chance of success, the greatest margin for error, and the best shot at completing the mission without compromise. It's not about glory, it's not about a perfect shot, it's about what works, what ends the threat. And in most real-world situations, that means the chest. There's another reason snipers don't aim for the head. It's not just about size or anatomy, it's about what's covering it. Modern soldiers wear helmets. And not just any helmets, ballistic, reinforced, curved. They're designed to deflect, to absorb, to protect. Even if a bullet hits, it might glance off, lose energy, fail to penetrate, and the head? It's rarely exposed for long. A quick lean, a peek over cover, a turn of the neck. Most of the time, only a fraction is visible. A dark shape behind glass, a helmet edge behind a wall. But the torso? That's different. When a soldier moves, the chest moves with them. It's easier to catch in motion, easier to read, easier to predict. And unlike the head, it's not always armored, or at least, not as heavily. Snipers are taught to wait, to watch for habits, to learn how a target moves. And when the body finally shows itself, that's when the shot happens. It's not a game of reflexes. It's a game of timing, and the chest gives the best opportunity to win. Every sniper shot is a decision, and every decision carries risk. A headshot might look impressive, but if it misses, the cost is high. You've revealed your position, your target is still alive, and now they're alert, armed, and looking for you. You may have just turned a quiet mission into a firefight, and that's not what a sniper is there to do. The goal isn't flash, it's results. That's why center mass is the better option. It's bigger, more stable, more consistent. Even if the target is wearing body armor, a chest shot can still stop them, knock them down, disrupt their movement, shock the system. And if they're not wearing armor, it's over. Snipers aren't trying to prove anything. They're not thinking about kill cams or slow motion replays. They're thinking about consequences. One shot, one outcome, and no second chance. So when the moment comes, they don't go for what looks good, they go for what works. Sometimes, a headshot is the only option. Not often, but it happens. Hostage situations, when the target is holding someone else close. No clear shot to the body, no time to wait, no room for error. Or high-value targets, where death must be certain, immediate, no chance of escape. In these moments, the sniper accepts the risk, not because it's ideal, but because it's necessary. And even then, it's not taken lightly. The conditions must be perfect, the distance short, the air still, the shot rehearsed, over and over again. Because if that shot misses, everything can fall apart. These are rare situations, reserved for elite units, trained not just to shoot, but to think under pressure. It's not about showing off. It's about solving a problem in one shot. So yes, headshots do happen, but they're not the goal. They're the exception, not the plan, but the backup plan when there's no other choice. Sniping isn't just about skill, or patience, or perfect aim. It's mental, deeply mental. A sniper spends hours alone, still, silent, watching, waiting. In that time, they think through every possibility, every movement, every consequence. When to shoot, when not to. What happens if they miss? What happens if they don't? They learn to control breathing, heartbeat, thoughts. They train to stay calm, even when everything around them is falling apart. Because the shot itself, it only takes a second. But the decision to take it, that's the real challenge. It's pressure, responsibility, knowing that one mistake could end the mission or end lives. That kind of focus doesn't come from the weapon. It comes from the mind. Snipers aren't just marksmen. They're thinkers, calculators, professionals trained to act only when the time is exactly right. And in many cases, the hardest thing they do is not pulling the trigger at all. Sniping isn't what most people think it is. It's not glamorous, it's not loud, and it's definitely not about headshots. It's quiet, precise, calculated. It's about making one decision, with no room for error. That's why real snipers aim for the chest. Not because it's easier, but because it's smarter, safer, more effective. Because in the end, the goal isn't to look impressive. It's to get the job done. One shot, one result. No second chances. The movies get a lot of things wrong, but the truth? It's even more impressive. Because real snipers don't chase perfection. They chase certainty, and that's what makes them dangerous.